In this video we are complaining about the most imbalanced towers in BTD 6. And before we begin, only the small percentage of people who are watching this are actually subscribed, so subscribe right now, there is no reason not to do this, and enjoy this video. My name is KK, and first we need to set up what defines the imbalanced tower. So the first criteria is the tower that can be spammed with the one single upgrade path, for example Ninja 401 or 402, and if you spam this tower you win the game. This is defined as an OP tower. Also, the other criteria is if the tower is really strong as of itself and has a ridiculous bang for the buck value. Now that we set this up, let's begin. Number 5 most broken tower is gonna be Super Monkey. I don't think this will shock you, but Super Monkey Sun Avatar 302 is one of the best valued towers, and personally I think it might be broken. Among all the other towers, Avatar 302 is really strong. Why is that? This tower can carry you up to around 90 with the overclocks. There is a really good strategy where you overclock the Sun Avatar and you add the Druid of 5th tier, the Avatar of Wrath. You combine those two towers and you get the strategy that is capable of completing the chimps on the expert maps such as Workshop. Dark Castle is a joke for this one. The advanced maps, Pet Pond, Underground, and Another Brick, and many more, thus making it one of the most powerful strategies that solely relies on this tower in the early game. Number 4. Wizard Monkey, specifically the Arcane Spike Wizard Monkey, and there will be another entry from the Wizard Monkey in this rating. So, Arcane Spike. Arcane Spike is the so-called nuke tower. We all know that it's ridiculously powerful. Arcane Spike as of itself is capable of destroying the BFB 3 for the Arcane Spike 402, just in case. I need to specify. So this tower alone is capable of destroying a BFB on the longer maps. I'm not saying about expert maps, but on all beginner and medium intermediate maps, this is the tower that can solve everything up to round 60. The only weakness that Arcane Spike has is that it cannot pierce through the purple Bloons because they are magic resistant. Other than that, if you spam 3 Arcane Spikes, you can win the hard mode, you can win the alternative Bloon rounds. If you spam up to 5 to 7, you can win the impoppable mode and the chimps on the easier maps. Especially if you pair this guy with the MIB village that allows them to pop every Bloon type, this just makes these guys ridiculously powerful towers. The only thing that the Arcane Spike is incapable of popping efficiently is gonna be a bad Bloon around 100. Everything else, if you just spam Arcane Spikes, will be annihilated. Number 3. Submarine. Specifically 204 Submarine. Recently, I think a couple of months ago, Ninja Kiwi nerfed the 205 sub commander because they wanted us to encourage to use the armor piercing darts submarine, whereas in the reality the armor piercing darts is a very superior tower if we compare it with the other towers of its price. You can get this upgrade relatively early on and it demolishes all the blimps. So it will destroy the Moab around 40 easily. It helps you with the BFB around 60 like a lot. And the whole utility for a single 204 submarine is humongous in pretty much every strategy where you can fit this submarine in the good spot on each map. A good example of this would be Rake. So, why is this an OP tower? Not only it is good as of itself, but you can also just spam the armor-piercing darts. The other aspect of the submarines is that it has a lot of buffs that the higher tiers give to it. So if we upgrade the sub-commander and the 204s, at least 6 of them, will be in range, you will be able to destroy pretty much everything up to round 99 if you add the MAB, so that your submarines can destroy the DDTs, because submarines cannot destroy the leads. However, if you add the Alchemist, they can. On top of that, if you add the preemptive strike, it will solo all the DDTs, and all you will need to do is to deal with the ceramics, with which armor-piercing darts excel. Just they annihilate and even humiliate those Bloons. Thus, this is one of the most powerful combos, and frankly speaking, it might be considered an overpowered mix combo. Number 2. Bloon Master Alchemist. This is the tower that the 5th tier tower, probably the 5th tier tower that is on this list, and the thing is that this is one of the most broken towers in this game. Of course, there is a limitations to Bloon Master Alchemist, but hear me out. Bloon Master Alchemist is capable of destroying the Moebs, BFBs, and Zombie-Gods and DDTs in one shot. He just throws his yellow potion, and all of these Bloon types are just reduced to red Bloon. Just like that. So this makes this guy a ridiculously powerful tower. It's not the main power of Bloon Master Alchemist is probably not in the first 100 rounds. What makes him even more broken is the late game, because this is the tower that does not have the limits in terms of damage. As the blimps scale in terms of their health points and speed as the rounds progress from round 80, the Bloon Master Alchemist can get more and more pops from each of these Bloon types, excluding the bad Bloons, of course. So, if the Zombie-God on round 80 worth, let's say 5,000 pops, and it's just an example, and if it's worth like 800,000 pops on round 200, Bloon Master Alchemist is gonna one-shot it anyways, which is a very, very broken game mechanic. For example, the strongest tower in this game, the Vengeful Sun God, is not capable of dealing that much damage in the later rounds as the Bloon Master Alchemist. It outperforms the strongest tower in the game in terms of DPS, and this is just ridiculous. Number 1, the tower that we all thought was worthless piece of garbage before they patched it. Prince of Darkness, or POD as we all like to call it. Prince of Darkness is probably the most broken tower in the game as of now. This tower has no weaknesses that the other mages have. Prince of Darkness can pop the purple Bloons because it summons the zombie blimps. They buffed it even further by adding the 3000 tombs into his, let's call it, soul storage, thus making this tower the most broken tower in the game. Prince of Darkness is very cheap, so as you can see, it would be around $30,000 in the Impoppable to get the 5th tier. Thus, you can get it even before round 54-55, which makes it a very powerful tower. But thing is that the pro players were able to use POD to complete the expert maps and make the cheapest strategies ever. For example, there is an instance where players complete the Dark Castle map on Champs mode with 100,000 of cash remaining. And this is not the limit for this tower. Overall, it has the good popping power against the blimps, it has the good popping power against the group Bloons, because the more Bloons pop around the Prince of Darkness, the more tombs he collects, and thus he makes the stronger zombie Bloons. So up to round 100, this is one of the most powerful towers you can ever find. And the other interesting thing is that this 5th tier outshines the Archmage. For the longest time, Archmage was the go-to in the 5th tiers among the mages. However, right now, I have to admit that Prince of Darkness is a superior upgrade because of its price. For the Archmage, you're gonna need around $50,000, whereas Prince of Darkness requires you only 30k, and their damage output is relatively similar, and if not, Prince of Darkness can be even more powerful. So guys, this is it. Press the like or dislike button right now, depending on what you think. Write in the comments if you agree or disagree with me, and there are probably some more OP towers in this game, so if you have something in mind, make sure you leave your opinion in the comments. I respond to all of them.